What's going on, you guys? I just created an awesome video showing you guys 6 ways to use the Notion app. Now, Notion basically replaced everything. I remember I was talking to my friend a few months back. I took a business trip out to South Carolina, Myrtle Beach area, beautiful area. Went out there, was hanging out with a friend. He's a videographer, and he was like, dude, you're still using Evernote, you're still using Trello, you're still using Google Sheets. Like, what are you doing, right? And he referred me to Notion. Now, Notion is such an amazing app. I just recorded tons of different ways that I use it right here. What I kind of went over was how to use Notion, like some different ways that you can actually benefit from it. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm all about productivity. I'm all about efficiency. I'm all about systems. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please go ahead and leave a like along the way if you're watching it and you think, wow, this is a high quality video. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. All right, so the best way to use Notion, in my opinion, is to use it as a note-taking software. So if you look at this right here, it's kind of a table of all of my different notes. You know, everything from like the fixes on my car and things like that that I wanted to keep track of since I bought a new car, a menu, that I was helping a restaurant create, Facebook ads notes from Billy Wilson. He's awesome. He's got some great stuff on Facebook ads, some Sam Ovens notes. Like, I've got notes on different YouTube videos, like Cliff Notes and stuff like that. I've got meetings in here and course ideas, all kinds of stuff. The science of thinking, like this stuff is super, helpful to have. So let me show you guys really quick how I created this. So I'm going to go over into the sandbox here, and we're just going to, actually, I'll start from the very beginning, okay? So let's just say you have a fresh, I forget what this is called, like a workspace, fresh workspace, right? And you just come in here and create a page. I just call mine all notes, right? And then for the icon, let's just put a little bit of something that actually makes sense. So we got notes there. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add an inline table, I believe it is. So let's find the table inline. Okay, cool. And here, this is where our notes are going to go. Okay, this is where the actual pages for the notes are going to go. All right, and then next we're going to want to add a tags section right here. And that's just a multi-select. And that way we can kind of find something later on if we need to search for it. So basically, these are the notes that we need. If you have an organization or like a business, it's good to maybe add a column for person so that we can keep track of who wrote the note. I like to do a date one just to see when I wrote the note, but that's kind of optional. So you can name that date, and you can name this person. Okay, and there we go. Now we can just start entering our notes. So if you have notes in Evernote right now, you can just move them right over just using this simple process. So what you do right here is you'd simply, type the name of your note. So in this case, we're going to be making a note, let's just say on YouTube videos. Okay, so maybe it's just some ideas for YouTube videos. And then you can actually, once you've created this, you can hit open. And it'll allow you to change the type, the tags, the date, all that stuff. So the date, obviously, we're just going to pick the 29th because that's what the date is. We're going to go Carter Sriracha. I'm going to do type of note. And actually you have to add some types. So let's just say like we have like meeting notes. We've got like, let's just say ideas. We've got to-dos. Okay, and you can enter all types of different notes, but in this case, this is just going to be like an idea. And if you want to, you can actually change the color of these here. So let's just make that like green. Let's make the to-dos. What's a to-do kind of color? Let's do like yellow, okay? And for meeting notes, maybe we just go with like a purple, okay? So we've got meeting notes, ideas, to-dos. This is just an ideas one. And then tags, I'm just going to put, content marketing because that's kind of related to YouTube videos. And we'll do my channel or something like that. Basically, the tag should just give you an idea of what the notes are about. So if you search for the note later, you can find it, okay? Now you can just simply come in here and start doing your notes. Also add an icon if you'd like to. I'm gonna go with like a play button. Yeah, there we go. So YouTube videos, and then we're gonna start just typing out our notes. So if you, if you want to, the best way to take notes I've found is just to do like some bullet points. And you can simply use the hyphen and then hit spacebar, and it'll start working on a list for you. So maybe we do one YouTube video about Facebook ads, and then you can actually enter down and then hit tab to do like a subnote as well. You can also change the these to like a bold, or you can actually add a color to them as well. So like Facebook ads, maybe we put that in blue, we add some details. You can actually just come back to this later and you'll have just a list of notes here. So you can actually click on YouTube videos, hit open, and you can come in here and you can edit these notes, or you can reread them, or you can even share them with somebody if you just hit share, if you have somebody else in your workspace. So it's pretty awesome. All right, now the next sort of way to use Notion that I found to be super effective is for project management, okay? So I'm going to make a new page here, and we're going to show you how to use Notion for project management, okay? And let's just find something that has to do with project management. Maybe like a crane. I like that one. That's the one I use on my own project management. I was going to show you guys inside of mine, but a lot of this stuff is confidential. I have a lot of NDAs with some of my clients, so like, I can't show their names and stuff like that. So I didn't want to have to blur all that out, but I'm just going to show you guys exactly how to set this up. And this one is also a table. So we're going to go inline table here. And this way you can kind of use client name here. And then you can use project name. You can do like status. You just want to make sure you change the types of these. This one can stay the same because you're going to have a page for your client. And then for project name, that can just be a regular text. Or if you wanted to, you could do like a select if you only do certain types of projects. Like maybe, let's just say you're like a web design company, right? So for project name, you could do like web design. You could do SEO boost. Maybe these are your different services here. Okay, so you got like web design, SEO boost. Let's see, like management. Okay, maybe you've got mock-up, or you've got like an audit that you sell, right? So you list all the projects that you could potentially do for someone. Next, you want to just do a selection type here, and you can just make it status. And this is going to be like not started. And I like to make this one like red just to add some urgency. Make sure we get that started sooner. So you got like not started, you've got working. Okay, and there might be different stages to your guys' projects, so make sure that you add those in there. And then you have complete. Okay, these are the basic ones. I always like to add one that just says like stuck, okay? Because if you're working with contractors and maybe they need something, or maybe you need something from your client, it's good to add a stuck one in there just so you can see what's not moving and what needs attention, okay? So for status, we've got like not started, stuck, working, complete. And then once something's complete, I'll show you here. Let's just say the client's name is ABC Company. And what I like to do is if they have a, if you have a client here, you can actually just open up their note and you can add some notes in here like their contact info. You can add in, maybe any just like specific notes or details. Or if you wanted to, you could even share this page with the client just by hitting share and then adding them to your workspace. And you could actually do your reporting here too, right? So if you have to do some reporting or you have to kind of keep them updated on the project, you could put reporting in here as well. So there's all sorts of different things that you can kind of focus on for the client tab. And you can even add an icon that has to do with their business. So maybe this company, maybe they make telescopes, right? Okay, there we go. So now these are kind of the basic ones that you need. If you have contractors, I like to add a responsibility column. Okay, and this just goes to kind of show like who's working on the project. So maybe it's me and it's my brother, right? Okay, so now we're both working on this project. We know that the status is stuck and this project is for web design. So, we can go in and figure out why this project is stuck. Maybe we find out in the notes here if we open up the client. And yeah, it's just like a really good way to track projects. So if you get a bunch of projects in here and you've kind of got them all managed and you have all the responsibilities listed, this is a good way to kind of tell where a project is at. Now, if you wanted to, you could add some more, properties just to kind of track this a little bit better. For checkboxes, you could even just do like stage 1. You could do like stage 2 if there's different parts of your project. And that way you can track completion and status a little bit more clearly. But this is kind of, flexible. That's why I like Notion so much. So I'm going to rename this to client management. And you can do this for anything, right? So if you have a client, it's really great for clients, just tracking a project. But you can do this for internal projects as well. Like maybe you run Facebook ads for new webinar, okay? And then you could kind of just add in some more details, right? But for this case, we're just sticking with client management. So that's how you do it. And then you can just add in new rows. Very similar to the note-taking section because we're using an inline table again. This brings me to number 3, and this one is really exciting because this saves a ton of time. I'm always a huge proponent of, trying to not have to say the same thing 100 times. If it's been said once, we might as well just keep it that way, right? So I'm a huge fan of like creating onboarding sections for people to use and things like that. So this next one is for onboarding. So I'm going to make an onboarding page. And onboarding is basically, let's see if there's I'm just going to do like a gear, okay? So onboarding. Onboarding is basically when you're getting a new employee in your company, or you're getting a new, or teaching somebody something that's just like a fresh beginner. You're kind of getting them set up. So it's kind of like an onboarding / setup / tutorial, okay? But you get the point. Like basically this is a page where you kind of teach somebody something and just get them rolling. So let's say somebody new from our company just comes into our Notion here. We can add a discussion, first of all. So if we want someone to be able to kind of add a comment in here so that we can come in and we can help them out if they get stuck or something like that, they can just add us. So let's just at someone and they can say, hey, I'm having trouble. Okay, and that's a really cool way to use this as well. So we have a discussion. Next, what you want to do is you kind of want to just give some direction. So I'm going to add in some titles here and just make this a step-by-step process for the user. So you're just going to use a normal text property. The first section that we're going to have here is expectations. Okay, and this is just going to kind of give people an idea of what we expect when they come into the company. Okay, so here we could maybe do a few bullets with rule 1, rule 2, rule 3, or expectation 1, 2, 3. And then we could also maybe embed a video of us talking and explaining the rules. So if you wanted to, you can come down here. You can go into, not toggle list. You can come down here, you can hit add, and then scroll down to where it says embed. There we go, embed. And I'm just going to use this as an example. This is just like a Notion tutorial video. And you can just hit share on most videos and you can find an embed link on YouTube and stuff like that. It works too. Then you can just paste it right here. Hit embed link. And as you can see, it comes in here. With Notion, it's pretty nice because you can actually drag it, make it smaller, make it bigger. So that's good. And then you have a video in there, right? So next, maybe we go into step 2, which step 2 could be like fill out this form. And again, we're going to use an H1. So I've created this little test form here. And what you can do to embed it is you can actually just come to send. You can hit this embed button. And then if you copy this, you can go over to Notion and just hit the plus button, go down to embed, and paste it there, embed link. Now we have a form, okay? Excellent. So now we've got like a video talking about expectations. We have a form that people can fill out. Maybe in the next section, in the last section, we just need them to sign the non-disclosure agreement. Okay, not sing, sign. Okay, and what you can do is you can either embed like a PDF. So if you go to PDF down here, where is it? You can just hit embed here, or you can hit PDF. In my case, I'm just going to be using the link, sharing the link, because in this case, I can't embed using this software because it's for my own safety. But what you can do here is you can just say, click here to digitally sign, okay? If you can't embed it, that's what I would do. And then you can just hyperlink this by hitting link and pasting your link in there, hit link, and then you can make it look more like a button, I suppose, by adding like a background here, like a green button, and maybe you can bold it out so that people know to click there. And then, of course, you can mess with it a little bit more, or you could change the size of it if you want it to look a little bit more convincing. Like click here to sign. They can click it, and it will open up. In this case, my non-disclosure agreement that I have for when I'm hiring new contractors. So basically that is how you set up the onboarding or tutorial / setup in Notion. And then what you would do is you just share it, and you would add people to it so that they could come in here, go through it. And once you get the notification that they completed the contract, they completed their form, and they viewed the video, then you'll be in good shape, and you'll know that this person is ready to start doing whatever it is they're doing in your company. Another great way to use Notion is as like a daily planner or a weekly planner. So this is one of the first things that I really liked and adopted about Notion. And in order to get this, all you're going to do is go to page, and then you're going to hit templates. And it's actually the one that they already have pre-installed in here. Okay, so this is another good way, I suppose, to find some other ideas for how to use Notion. But in my case, I just went to personal, and then I believe it's in weekly agenda. Okay, and you're just going to hit use this template. Okay, so with weekly agenda, you can kind of just add lists here. They have an archive that you can use, so I'm just going to drag that down here because I don't like it under weekend like that. But basically what you do is you just come in here and you do like morning routine, and then maybe next you have to do your bookkeeping, run some errands, right? And then you go over to Tuesday. And let's say on Tuesday, maybe we have like some checklists that we want to cover, okay? So for checklists or to-do lists, we can just come in here and maybe we have to complete project 1, complete project 2, and then you can also use drop downs. Okay, drop downs are really effective, or they're called toggle lists on here. Okay, so maybe we have a whole list of things like groceries. Okay, so we have to do groceries. And in this case, we can just drop it down and add items to the grocery list. So carrots, beans, corn, chicken, right? So there's our grocery list. Now you can kind of fold that up so that it's not constantly clouding out your entire week, right? You can kind of fold it up. So that's kind of a cool way to use this list as well. And if I were you, I would just come in here and add it. So add different things to the list. And the cool thing is, and this is kind of cool, but it's also kind of annoying, they only have room in Notion unless your screen is just absolutely huge. It only really allows room for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then it makes the weekend tab just like one day. So it's fine with me. I don't really mind, but basically, like it's basically like a good way to keep a view of your week, but it's not super detailed. Okay, but with stuff like this, it can make it more detailed since you have these toggle lists and these checklists that you can use. All right, and if you aren't using a checklist, if you're just using bullets, maybe you wanted to do them in a hierarchical fashion like this, you can also just highlight them and then strike through them when you're done with them. That's a good way to keep track of things. Another thing you can do when you're done with them is you can just drag them into your archive. And then when the week is all over, you can drag everything that you've completed into here. I like to keep the things, so maybe I forgot to go get groceries. I'm going to do that this Monday instead. And you can move all the things that you did complete into the archive. And this is just like a good way to make sure that you're completing everything in your life and all your to-dos and things like that. Because if you're dragging into your archive, it's out of the way, but the things that you don't complete are just going to stay on your schedule. Okay, and then if you ever need to go back, you can look in your archive at all the tasks that you have completed in the past. Okay, so that brings me into the next one. All right, so the next way that you can actually use Notion to your advantage is to use it as a hub. Okay, and what I mean by hub is basically just like your homepage. Okay, so once you have started using Notion and you have all of these different areas, you kind of want to create a hub, kind of like this area that we're in right now, this sandbox here. Okay, so in the hub, maybe we have personal stuff. So maybe we have a section that's just a toggle list and it's personal, and we can just go bold, make it orange. Okay, and then we can drag all of our personal, so our weekly agenda, our notes into here, and then we can drag our business stuff. So maybe we have a business. We can drag all the business stuff into this one so that it's a little bit more organized, okay? So let's just drag those in there. And the cool thing is, if you want to share something with someone, this just organizes it a little bit better. You're going to want to make a new workspace if you want to share something. So shared business workspace, let's just say, if you have employees or if you have customers that need to access certain things, you can just come in here into your sandbox and you can move all of that stuff over to here. So it's really good to organize stuff, okay? So if we have our personal section here, we can come in here and mess with that. And then we have a shared section where we can come in here and share things with others. All right, so the next way to use Notion to your advantage is to use advanced routines, okay? And this is something that I don't know if many people are honestly doing this, but this is kind of an idea that I personally just had. So for the advanced routines, I'm gonna add a little emoji just to kind of stay consistent with everything. Check mark would be good for this one. So advanced routines, okay? This one is going to also be a page, so I'm going to need to add a page there. And now that I did that, I need to make the icon. There we go, that'll work. And for the advanced routines one, you can actually just add like a cover photo and make a whole mood out of this. So maybe for this one, we're just going to go with a blue, or you could even just do like the earth or something cool like that. So maybe for our morning routine, we have workout, we have meditation, we have shower, and then we have journal, and we have read. Okay, so we could just go as simple as this. We could make all of these just different to-dos, or we could just strike these off as we go. But since Notion comes as a mobile app, we can also kind of just enjoy these and use Notion as an interactive tool. Let me show you what I mean. So maybe for our first section here, we can get very creative with this. We're just going to turn this into heading 1. And for our workout section, we're actually going to put one for completion. So maybe this is just a to do. Okay, so did we complete workout? Okay, and then maybe we have a list of our workouts. So maybe on this day, we're going to do some cardio. Maybe we're going to do some curls. We're going to do maybe some biceps and some back. So we're going to do some curls. We're going to do some lat pull downs. We're going to do T-bar rows. Okay, so maybe we list out all of our workouts. And within here, we could actually add like how to do the workout. Okay, so we're doing 3 by 5, right? So we add in our reps. It's very detailed and it kind of answers all the questions that we need. So we don't have to constantly pull our phone out and look on the internet at what our workout program is or whatever. And then maybe we even have some videos in here showing some examples of how to do these things. Let's say we wanted to embed a tutorial video of how to do this so that we're doing it properly and it's right here in our workspace, okay? What I would do is I would turn this into a toggle list,
and I would just do curls tutorial. If you need a tutorial on how to do this exercise, you can click on here. You can click the plus button. You can hit embed, paste it, embed link, and then it's folded into a drop down so it's not constantly in our face and it's not too bulky. You can actually just open this up whenever and it will pull it up for you, okay? So you could go through and you could do that for all your workouts so that you have basically a whole workout plan right here. And if you're a personal trainer, you could take this a step farther and you could kind of create workout sections for your clients, okay? And then once the workout section is complete, you can just hit that and then boom, we kind of move on to the next thing. The next section here, maybe we have meditation. So for the meditation section of our routine, what we could actually do is add in some music. So I'm just going to scroll down to where it says audio. Okay, and you can actually add an audio file in here. So you're just gonna hit embed link, and then we're gonna head over to our Spotify account, and we're gonna find a song that's good for meditation. So I'm just gonna type meditation. There's actually a whole genre on here for meditation. So let's just go to this one. Let's give it a listen. We find a song we like. We can just hit these three dots here, hit share, copy song link, or actually you could probably even just do the embed code. So let's try embed code. Let's go over here and let's just paste it, embed audio. And boom, now you have a song in here. So when you're in your routine, you can actually just simply actually drag this so that it's a little bit more compact. You can hit play. And it will kind of like play the song for you, right? If you want to, you can just hit play on Spotify and it'll open up in a new window. It'll play the full song. But this is also another cool feature that you can actually have within here. If you embed it using Spotify, it's probably going to do that full song thing, but you could also use SoundCloud, and I don't know that it will make you go to SoundCloud. You could also always just use a video. I just wanted to illustrate the idea that you can embed audio files as well, like by using Spotify. Okay, and then of course you'd have like another to-do, and it would just be is meditation complete. And then once that's complete, you can just hit yes. Okay, so now in our advanced routine, we hit our workout. We watched some videos to make sure we were doing it properly. We made sure that to put our reps in here for our workout so that it's super interactive and easy. For our meditation, we just hit play, listen to our meditation, hit the checklist, and then next, shower. This one's just going to be a very basic one. I guess you could put another song on there if you wanted to listen to a song while you're in the shower or something like that. Or maybe you have some sort of positive affirmations or like a podcast or something you wanted to listen to. I suppose you can embed it here. But really, complete. That's all we really need to do for this one. So let's just go to-do list. Yep, complete. We got our hygiene in. And then maybe we have a journaling section. Within the journaling section, maybe we just have a few prompts for the day. What are you scared of? That's a good journaling prompt, I think, to kind of get you thinking about what's holding you back in life. And then in here, you can just every day come in and enter what you're scared of, and you can be really honest about that. And then maybe the next prompt, the next question is, how are you feeling today? Okay, we can enter that here. And then maybe next we read something. So I'm just going to go in here, and maybe we have a question of what did you read today? And this is similar to the journal. You kind of just enter it here. And then maybe we have some notes or key takeaways. All right. And now what we end up with is an advanced routine, all within Notion. And the cool thing is you only really need to pull out one app for this. You can kind of embed all of your music in here. You can put your YouTube videos in here that you would watch, and you can put your journaling in here, so you don't have to go to a separate app for that. I suppose you'd have to read in a separate app unless you can embed your reading material in here. But the cool thing is this just helps you stay focused, it helps you stay on task, and it helps you stay within the one app and just make sure that you're constantly checking off all of your completion which I didn't add them for these, but you can add them for those as well. I hope that you enjoyed these 6 ways to use Notion. It's been very fun creating this video, and I actually got a few new ideas for myself as I went along. Honestly, guys, at the end of the day, the key to getting the most out of Notion is just getting creative and fitting it in with your life so that you can use it in a way that benefits you, okay? So I hope that these gave you some ideas, but at the end of the day, just get creative. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please go ahead and like this video, subscribe, support the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.